This is Baki Hanma from the popular anime Baki. At 5'6" and 156 pounds, he's not the biggest or most muscular anime protagonist, but he has no doubt the most popular physique right now.
Baki is a love letter to the human physique.
Yeah, I need to hit the gym after this. Hashtag Baki.
Just started watching this anime because of everyone talking about his physique.
Grinding for that hashtag Baki back.
So today we're going to talk about how you too can achieve a physique similar to the strongest teenager alive, Baki Hanma. So obviously the first place to look is at Baki himself, but you soon find that nearly all of his training methods are unreplicable in real life. Things like running up a mountain with all the equipment on your back, bench, weight and all, and then bench pressing 315 pounds, it's just not practical. Or shadowboxing against an imaginary human-scaled praying mantis that inflicts real damage? Like, where do you even begin? You would need some sort of virtual reality with an interactive bodysuit? I don't know. A lot of the Baki lifestyle is contributed to typical anime over-exaggeration, but when you take a step back, you see that Baki training routine might not be as complicated as you think. Theoretically, Baki is a grappler and expert martial artist, and when you watch the show, you see most of his training consists of martial arts moves like striking, kicking, and shadowboxing. But if you tried to do solely this type of training, you would be thoroughly disappointed in your physique development if Baki's physique is your goal. Because let's be honest, Baki's physique is like a bodybuilder made sweet love to a CrossFit Games winner, and then the love child of that bred with Bruce Lee or something. So you might be thinking, Baki is an MMA fighter, maybe I'll just train like an MMA fighter. Well, that might help you a bit, but if you look at the top MMA athletes, they look absolutely nothing like Baki. They're much smaller, have less roundness, and some of them honestly don't even look like athletes at all. We need to remember, we're training to look like Baki, not to perform like him. So when trying to put on muscle, the biggest factor is accountability. I've noticed a huge difference in my clients that I'm right there in the gym with them, helping them track their progress, and the ones that simply watch me and take the advice that they want and then go off on their own. There's a huge difference. I wish I could be in the gym with all of you guys, but I simply can't. So when I had the idea to make this video, I reached out to one of my favorite apps of all time, Alpha Progression. And luckily they agreed to sponsor this video, so shout out to Alpha Progression. They are the app for creating a fitness program and tracking your progress. They are 100% focused on helping you put on muscle. It's science-based and backed by professional lifters, fitness coaches, bodybuilders, and people that have spent years in the gym. So how it works is you just go on there and create an account, sign up, and then it has a list of set programs that you can choose from. You can also customize them to focus on certain muscle groups. So for instance, if you're trying to train like Baki, we want to focus on those shoulders, the back, and those forearms, baby. So you can just punch those in and it'll customize and change this program to fit what you want to focus on and maximize your progress in those certain areas. And if you play around enough, there's over 100 quadrillion different programs that you could possibly create. Quality-wise, these plans measure up to the best personal trainers in the world, and you don't have to pay personal trainer prices. This guarantees long-term success. I got a deal, so you know what that means. You guys get a deal too. If you click the link in the description, you can get 20% off of your plan. You can either do a yearly plan, which is $59.99, or go monthly, which is $9.99. And then with my code, that's an extra 20% off. So yeah, hope you guys check it out. This will help a lot. Also, you can try it for free. You get a 14-day free trial if you want to just try it out and see if you like it before committing to buying it. But yeah, guys, definitely recommend checking it out. All right, back to the video. When looking at Baki as a whole, you see he has a very well-rounded physique. Every muscle body is pretty similar in proportion, except for these two muscles. His forearms, which are virtually twice the width of his upper arms, and of course his legendary demon back, which we will get into later. To understand how to build this type of physique, I decided to reach out to the real-life physique that I thought resembles Baki the closest, Uzoma Obalar. He didn't reply. But diving into his content, you can see he achieved this physique using classic bodybuilding model of bulking up with heavy isolation movements to put on size in the form of muscle and fat, and then doing a serious cut to melt away the fat, revealing the gained muscle mass underneath. But I wasn't convinced. There's just something different about his physique. That couldn't be all there is to it, just bulking and cutting? No. Lots of guys train like that but don't have the animated appearance that Uzoma has. And then there it is. Aha, that's it. Along with his bodybuilding training, he mixes in some basic calisthenics movements like handstands, planches, and human flags. And this comes down to one fundamental principle: time under tension. People who train calisthenics or gymnastics experience extreme time under tension, and it gives a completely different look to the muscle development. They tend to have more peaks, bellies, and denseness of the muscles. Events like the rings are pure activation of the biceps and back, and the pommel horse is direct activation of the forearms and triceps. You can look at the top gymnasts. They have better biceps than most bodybuilders even. So we will definitely do at least a few sets of slow reverse grip pull-ups for our biceps, slow tricep dips for the triceps, and perhaps some handstand walks to emulate a gymnastic floor routine for the extra shoulder development. But first and foremost, we need to put on some size. And for this, the pillar compound lifts would be best. So that's bench press, squats, and of course deadlifts, as they boost the testosterone and growth hormone levels throughout the whole body, helping your whole body pack on muscle mass. And we do actually see Baki using the bench press in his training, which allows him to somewhat isolate the chest, triceps, and shoulders. But we also see him doing push-ups, helping him contribute to his overall upper body development. Likewise, heavy squats and deadlifts will contribute to overall leg development, which Baki definitely does not lack. Baki wouldn't be Baki without the incredible midsection that he has. Large, blocky abdominals with shredded obliques and serratus. And contrary to popular belief, weighted ab exercises such as weighted crunches and weighted leg lifts are indeed the best way to build thickness in the midsection. And as far as the obliques and serrats go, we will incorporate a variety of rotational exercises on the transverse plane, which not only builds the midsection muscles, but also emulates the kinetic movement that Baki does when performing a strike or a grappling takedown when fighting a giant ape. Although most of the training we see in the manga is pretty irrelevant in actually building a Baki physique, there is one realistic approach we can take from Baki, and that's progressive overload. In ancient Greek times, there was an Olympic wrestler named Milo of Croton. Legend has it, he would lift a baby calf on his shoulders every day. As the calf grew, so did Milo. He became one of the strongest, most muscular wrestlers in ancient Greece. He had no idea what he was doing was progressive overload. He trains to the absolute maximum every time. I mean, who else do you know that could run up a mountain with thousands of pounds of equipment on their back and then do a proper workout after that? Everything is done past the point of when your free nerve endings in your muscles fascia are telling you to stop. And in the famous words of Arnold Schwarzenegger,
go on and go on and then go on. And this last 2 or 3 or 4 repetitions, that's what makes actually the muscle then grow. And that divides then one from a champion and one from not being a champion.
So not only will we be going to the point of failure with every set that we do, but just like Milo of Croton, the next time we do it, we will increase the weight or hold it a bit longer, because that's how you will eventually grow. So ultimately, the type of training you should be doing should be a combination of heavyweight powerlifting exercises at the start of your workout while you have optimal energy. So that's squats, deadlifts, and bench press in the rep range of around 5 sets by 5 reps. Follow this with more isolated bodybuilding exercises depending on what part of the body you are training that day, push, pull, legs, etc. And conclude the workout with a few sets of time under tension static hold movements to completely exhaust the muscle and give you that fluid animated look that Baki has perfected. And oh yeah, don't forget to blast your core at least 3 or 4 times a week with weighted movements and rotational exercises to build that twisted metal midsection that could rival even the ogre himself. Do this along with a proper high calorie diet and you'll be looking like Baki in no time.